Light workers, attention root workers, attention conjure doctors, attention nature-based faith practitioners, attention spiritualists, attention diviners, attention prophets, attention the spiritually eclectic, attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on-the-fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now.
Ashe and Mojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha, for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm iiiYansaje to you, Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule, how is everybody doing this late night evening? Well, I feel absolutely amazing, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on your late night tip, 10 minutes, 14 minutes past your 10 o'clock hour. So I'm interrupting the love hour because I couldn't let the night go by without bringing you your 9 p.m. mystic forecast or your 6 a.m. mystic forecast, depending on whenever you tune in. So we are winding down Thursday, Ojobo. No, Wednesday. I'm sorry, I'm a day ahead of myself. We're winding down your Wednesday night, so I'm dressed for Shango tonight. It's Thursday, okay? A little ahead of myself. But it's Wednesday evening, November 29th, 2023, and this is the day of confusion. So, if anything stirred up, it was no one but my Orisha mother Oya, who was just stirring some things up in your life to make sure you don't stay physically or spiritually stagnant. So embrace it from a spiritual standpoint. You may learn a thing or two. Oya got girly on this evening on the 20 and 2 on a numerology, and it's the 10th Wednesday of autumn equinox. It's the second of Sagittarius season, so make sure we're arching those arrows high. And the moon tonight is waning in the 4th house of Cancer. And that's ruled by the moon as well, so you got a lot of feminine energy to surrender to on tonight. You want to banish all the negative emotions that burn around the mother energy. So this will be a good time to make amends with any female energies in your life that you need to. This energy may put that energy on your heart to do that. And Oya may be stirring some things up in the ways of dealing with divine feminine and divine feminine nurture. So those of you that are catching this on the late night too, you got an hour and 45 minutes and counting to make the most of that energy. Those of you that are listening at 6 a.m., well, now you don't have to hear too much about yesterday. I'm iiiYansaje Muse on your late night creep tip, bringing you your 10 p.m. or 6 a.m. mystic forecast on Radio for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. Love and light, beautiful souls and star seeds, how are we doing? This is iiiYansaje Muse coming to you from 222.9, the Mothership Internet Radio, with a quick question. Where and how are you spending this Kwanzaa? Prayerfully, you will be joining me for Kwanzaa with Iyanza, the jam sessions. You don't have to move to any location, don't have to come to an event. All you have to do is beam up to the radio station from right where you are to get some of the best in the old school jam sessions in alignment with the Kwanzaa's principles. And we're going to talk about how the Nguzo Saba ceremonies include astrology, numerology, candle and color vibrations, herbal elixirs, Bible scriptures, healing stones, meditation on the Orishas, and original poetry and commentaries. All of these things mixed up into Kwanzaa's principles, and we're going to discuss and explore how we can keep these Kwanzaa principles year-round. And all you have to do is follow 222.9 The Mothership on their daily Facebook pages to catch the planetary alignment with each Kwanzaa principle, and tune in to the station to get your jam on, aligned with the Nguzo Saba. Kwanzaa with Iyanza, December 26th through January 1st. Only on your radio station for the road less traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. Did you enjoy your astrology sip in the Malbec Planetarium? I hope so.
Well, let's see how that energy expands when we take it inside for a deeper meaning with I Chings and Scarlet Serenes.
That's www.POETICALLYMUSEDOTorg/IIICHINGSSRENES.
I bet you won't meet me there tomorrow. Ashe.
And we're back. So in case you just now joined us, I am iiiYansaje Muse, bringing you the music, the mystics, the mojo, and a late night forecast. I couldn't let the night go by without y'all getting all this new red energy. And what's the red energy for? The Orisha Shango. You see, when the clock strikes 12, Oya is going to pass the time clock to Shango. And then the Mercury and Uranus energy will shift into Jupiter's expansion. And that is the day that many Orisha traditions venerate Shango and others Egu. The day vibrates on a 3, so you have a double red energy coming up on this Thursday, November 30th, 2023. And that's a double red energy because Shango is red and white energy. Eshu is red and black energy. So you have double the red and the crossroad right in the middle and the fire burning within. Good night. Everybody drink some cool water, all right? It's the 11th Thursday of autumn equinox, so that throws some Ochosi energy in the mix. And the second season of the Horseman with the Archers, Sagittarius season. We're still fresh in the first decan, so everyone born between the 22nd and the 1st are 100% Sagittarius. And speaking of, happy solar return again to Oluwo Ifalade and Sister Akachi off of Blafrican. I got to re-air those interviews. But Sagittarius energy is all around now. So those of us that are in the other 11 houses, let's make sure that we show the Sagittarian fire people in our lives some love. Why? Because you know good and darn well that when your zodiac season rolls up, you're going to want everybody to turn up with you, and you should. But not only that, we can actually use astrology and being in orbit with the planetary seasons to learn about that type of energy that exists within ourselves, because we all have all 12 houses. So let the Sagittarians in your life teach you about the Sagittarian energy in you. And you can do that by studying the 9th house in your natal chart, your placement of Jupiter, and your placement of Sagittarius. You'll be surprised what you could learn. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, And this is 222.9 The Mothership, and I am on your late night forecast just so I can stick it to you again at 6 a.m. Beam up. Thursday's breads Jupiter expansion, cheese, sensual voices of the fathers, sacral chakra healing, Ibashe Shango, Ibashe Dada, Ibashe Aganju. Welcome to Thursdays on the Mothership 222.9. Beam up. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, bringing you a late night mystic forecast just so we can make sure we get it on the air at 6 a.m. for all of you early risers that like to hear the forecast right before the rising Bimbe to Shango. Kabiesio Baba Mi. So, I want to talk a little bit more about Esu and Sango energy because those of us that wear the elekes that practice Ifa Risha tradition know that the black and red eleke is Eshu. The white and red eleke is Shango. And while Eshu is the ruler of both sides, people tend to forget that Eshu also holds the key to the high roads, especially when partnered with Shango. But the tricks and the test of the ego will be that much more profound because Shango represents the fire within that's needed to transform for the better and for the highest good. And that's why it's paired with the white bead that represents the purity of Obatala to keep the energy passionate before the right things. And with the crossroad and the inner transformation working together on this Thursday, you got some really profound things that are going to happen today. So be prepared for it. Just be open to spiritually grow, and you'll be just fine. We still got 3 planets in retrograde, and we're right outside of the last Mercury retrograde of 2023. And we've got Neptune in retrograde. We've got Jupiter still in retrograde, and we have Uranus still in retrograde. Now, it's interesting because Neptune and Uranus are both retrograding in their own strongest houses. So that gives an interesting twist to the spiritual ascendance that's going on with many right now because we are shifting from the Piscean age of belief, Neptune, retrograding in Pisces, into the Aquarian age of knowing, Uranus, retrograding and in the house of Aquarius. So that's going to be an interesting pull for everyone. So just hang tight until at least December 6th, because Uranus is going to be in retrograde until the 27th. So the Piscean retrograde will end before Uranus's will. So if you were born under the signs of Pisces, Sagittarius, or Aquarius, these retrogrades will affect you more than the other 11 houses. And if you were born on November 30th, first and foremost, happy solar return. May the ancestors, Orishas, and the Little Mare bless you with many, many more, filled with Bobo E-Ray. So, if you were born on this day, I still got to do a little bit of zodiac dry snitching. You are conscientious and thorough, and all you do, and have the confidence and respect of your friends. You are positive, quick-tempered, and impulsive. and you have a keen sense of humor, a clear mind, and good judgment. Get married early in life, and your home life will be happy and pleasant. Sounds like a good person to have around. Passion is going to be all in the air this Thursday, so make sure that you choose your portals wisely. I'm not going to go too far into that. Third eyes over sacred, everybody. I'm iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo. For your Ojobo Abameta Jupiter ruled Shango venerated Thursday on 222.9 The Mothership. And those of you that don't know about the 24/7 groove, Thursdays on the Mothership feature the fire starter, Fathers of Song. Check them out. Thursdays reads Jupiter expansion, I Ching's, sensual voices of the fathers, sacral chakra healing, iiiYansaje Sango, iiiYansaje Dada, iiiYansaje Aganju. Welcome to Thursdays on the Mothership, 222.9, Beam Up. And we are back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo. But I forgot to point my camera down, so I'm going to do that really quickly so that we can get to your Thursday I Ching message. And it's from hexagrams 33 and 44, two double digits. And we've been on this same I Ching for the duration of autumn equinox. Now, the next I Ching reading is going to come on the week of December 21st. But I want to speak more on this 44 energy, which is a double Kian energy, which is complete cosmic euphorian living. Completely living in spirit. And it takes a minute for some of us to get there. And some of us have encountered people that are on this road and are just wanting to be a part of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just do not try to overtake this person. Those of you who are this person, many people will be trying to summon your energy for their bidding, for their purposes, for their needs. Preserve your energy for now, because many of you are embarking into new creations, new spaces of being that require all of your energy to push to the next level. And it's a-okay to choose you first, especially when the changes have come from this energy, which is a wind energy, a Zoom energy. And this trigram is a feminine wind that represents blowing, that represents finding your way. While the hexagram below is coming off of a mountaintop. So to get from here to here requires the isolation at the mountaintop and the movement only in higher levels. So don't move in places that aren't higher than the place you're sitting in right now. When you do move around to higher places so that you can achieve the space that you wish to be in. And when you encounter people like this, allow their wind energies to influence yours. Should you need a personal I Ching reading, then by all means, take advantage of that lovely, lovely Shango care package that I put in this video's description box. And I'm going to go ahead on and post the link to the entire iiYansaje Muse orbit so that you can keep up with what's going on the mothership all 7 days. Because there's always a new rotation, always a new message, always a cosmic 24/7 groove. I am iiYansaje T Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, and this is 222.9, the Mothership, Internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Love and light, everybody. I'm iiYansaje Muse coming to you on this moon-ruled Yemanja venerated moon day. And as you can see, I am sitting in front of my Kwanzaa altar space because yes, just like everybody else is getting their Christmas trees and stocking stuffers and picking up stuff for Thanksgiving and making those lists and checking them twice, well, I'm getting just as excited about the Kwanzaa holiday as any other holiday. And I honestly have to admit, I fell in love with Kwanzaa and I just didn't want to tell anybody because Kwanzaa is getting more widely celebrated, but at the end of each and every Kwanzaa year, the question always comes up, how can the Kwanzaa principles be kept year-round? And that's one of the things that really made me fall in love with the Kwanzaa holiday, because when I really started studying the principles, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, the Nguzo Saba, can really help with your spiritual ascension and your spiritual growth, both individually and collectively. And because I practice a nature-based faith, yes, I love praying and lighting candles. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I love it. I love dressing candles with the oils of nature and taking the goodness out of each and every one of God's creative artworks and turning it into something good. So this is why I am so in love with the Kwanzaa holiday. So I'm going to be doing the most from now until January 2nd. So put on your hard hats and get ready to beam up. And as far as answering that question, how can the principles of Kwanzaa be kept year round? Well, I came up with a solution for that because I'm the type of girl, I'm only going to think about something for so long before I actually do it. You know what I mean? So I came up with a solution, a 222 page solution. Don't you love that 222 and that divine alignment? I can't make this up. Like, check it out. It's right there. See that? Right there. 222 right there at the end. And this is my 7th published book called Kwanzaa in Orbit, Kwanzaa Beamed Up. So I've created a guide through the Nguzo Saba ceremonies using astrology, numerology, candle and color vibrations, herbal elixirs, biblical scriptures, scriptures that align with the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take it to the church too. Healing stones, meditations on the Orishas, original poetry, and just some of my commentary sentiments on the Kwanzaa's principles. And this is a book that you can use all year. And that's what I mean by Kwanzaa in orbit. For example, today is Moon Day, right? So the 7th day of Kwanzaa, Imani, comes on a Moon Day. So you're going to see a lot of Imani stuff on my Moon Day page. That's how you keep it in orbit. And this book is going to teach you how to keep it in orbit, complete with where the planetary alignments is, the daily numerology of each Kwanzaa day, and the spiritual messages that I get from the Orishas as to how to align our spirits with these principles that can not only change our lives individually for the better, but change our lives for the better. So if you really want to get into the ceremonial practices of Kwanzaa right from the comfort spaces of your own house, then by all means, grab your copy of Kwanzaa in Orbit, Kwanzaa Beamed Up, and stay tuned to my stations because I'll be producing a lot of Kwanzaa material over all 9 of my Facebook pages, all 7 of my Instagrams, my TikTok, and of course, over the waves of 222.9 22.9, The Mothership. Internet radio for the road less traveled. I'll be posting shopping lists of things that you can get to eat on for your nights of Kwanzaa because food is a part of the celebration. So when you ask yourself, what are you cooking for Thanksgiving? Ask yourself what you're cooking for Kwanzaa while you at it. Trust me, it works. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Really getting into the ceremonies of celebrating Kwanzaa at home. And now I've packaged up the formula and I am passing it down to you. Kwanzaa in Orbit, Kwanzaa Beamed Up. It's available on Amazon for the paperback copy. And I have the audio book and the ebook in a bundle together that you'll be able to get off of my pin site link when you beam up to my exclusive Orbit. Love you guys. Take care. And Habari Gani, what's the good news? Let's start spreading that around early. We got about what? Today's the 20th. So what? We got 46 days until Kwanzaa? Yeah. Let's gear up like we would for any other holiday. And if you don't celebrate holidays, now you have a reason to, because the 7 principles of Kwanzaa is something you can plug in. It's versatile. You can use it in your growth. Ashe. And we are back. So in case you're just now joining us, I'm iiiYansaje Muse, bringing you a late night forecast. Sorry, those of you listening over the Mothership's airwaves. I didn't mean to interrupt the What Love Looks Like session. You still got about an hour and 20 minutes to get it in. But anywho, I wanted to share something with you because I'm really excited about Kwanzaa with iiiYansaje this year. And it's going to be great. Here's the book, Kwanzaa in Orbit, Kwanzaa Beamed Up. I've got jam sessions coming up. I've got a class on Kwanzaa coming up. So please, by all means, sign the email list so that you will not get left behind when the Mothership takes off to do with Kwanzaa with iiiYansaje sessions. Okay? And I'm going to share something with you from the Kujichagulia chapter before I go, because this year for Kwanzaa 2023, Kujichagulia is coming on a Wednesday. So that's Oya's Night of Change. So I'm going to read something from the Kujichagulia chapter. Taking on a spiritual name means that you are striving to fit the honor that your name carries. It also means that you are taking on that energy's imbalances, and they may be yours to imbalance with as well, as the spiritual name represents a spiritual avatar, and that brings a balance to who you are, both spiritually and why you were drawn to that name. Study the fullness of the name you embody, how it best identifies with the way you define yourself. Be clear on what energy the entity you name yourself after represents, because people will be defining you by that energy, strengthening it every time they call your name. It would serve your spirit well to choose one that really aligns. Thank you for joining me for this late night forecast. I couldn't let this night go by and not give y'all this good red wash premiere. So we now resume our Wednesday nightly session of What Love Looks Like. Those of you that are listening at 6 a.m., then stay tuned for the rising Bimbe to Shango before we get to your funky fire starter fathers of song. Either way, remember, the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind. Your ass will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Beam up. Every day is special. Why not find out mystically how? This is the forecast on your Mystic Music Haven on the airwaves, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.